Check, check, check. What's going on, Rubber Dome? What's going on, dude? Check, check, check. Testing, check, check, check. 1, 2. Check, check, check. What's going on? Okay. We are live. We are live. Let's see. I don't think that's the music I want. I've only got several music to be able to really listen to. Let me see. Yeah, that should be cool. That should be cool. Okay, so I'm back. We back. We ready. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Okay, so second. It's cool. Not. Give me 1 second. We'll get started in 1 second. The Blue, what's going on? How are you? Blue Pig, what's going on? Thank you. I'm trying. This is like a 2-year journey with the beard action. Hope everybody's doing well. Anybody watches this stream later, hope that you enjoy it. 2-year journey with the beard action. Hope everybody's doing well. Alright, let me just bump the music up some more. So I just want to make sure that the music is loud enough. Season 1 was just great. I'm actually getting ready to rewatch the episodes because we still do need to talk about the season. We need to life's just been busy for me, but we do need to do a stream or a few streams dedicated to season 1. Season 1 was bumping up the music, so I'm trying to get it to where we need it to be. But definitely, guys, hope everybody's doing well. Hope your weekend went well, was safe and all of that. It's a humbling weekend. If you worked, hope it wasn't too stressful. We are, as always, patiently waiting for August to roll around, August 23rd, like I talked about yesterday's stream, when it's pertaining to these rumors and stuff like that. The focal point as of right now is currently, yes, we are waiting for more Andor news, but also at the same time, we are nice. Medros, welcome. And Rebel Dom, hope you're doing well, dude. Definitely hope you're doing well. I will be rewatching. I'll be doing videos on season 1 as the weeks and stuff go by, months go by. We will still be talking about stuff from season 1 as we're preparing for season 2 to get here. Hopefully with this writer strike, it doesn't halt too much stuff. Things get rectified in order, people get paid what they deserve, and the Star Wars life for us can move forward. But we are at a place of patience when it's pertaining to Star Wars content. Again, like I said, August 23rd is not that far away. We are waiting with bated breath for, at least for many of us who are looking forward to it, we're waiting for the Ahsoka series to get here. But give me 1 second. But yeah, I can't wait. But hopefully, like I said, this writer strike and all of that, it will, everything will move forward at some point. We don't really know. There's other strikes going on as far as like entertainment wise, as far as like actors and stuff. Smaller and within smaller scenes. There are other strikes going on too. Not just this writer strike. There's other strikes going on now. Because even like actors and stuff, they want to get paid what they deserve. So, and I'm definitely in full support of all of that. But today, or should I say maybe even yesterday, the best pin bulletin was the one that pushed out the on-set images. There's not that many. I want to say roughly maybe 10 images in total. But a lot of stuff that we see in these images, there are green screens around. Key specific characters are in these images. Not many, but there are specific key people from the cast that are in these images. Then we have other people within the images themselves, and even crew members. So the images look cool. I cannot wait for season 2. I'm definitely gonna be working on probably 2 or 3 more videos as far as seasons 2 is concerned. Like I said before, I even put a video out about a month or so ago where I had put a snippet of the season 2 teaser trailer from Celebration. Yeah, definitely. That the teaser trailer itself, I've watched it multiple times, and I really can't wait. I actually rewatched it again today. I actually have it in my laptop, but again, I'm not going to share that because I don't want the channel to get hit. I'm not going to share that trailer until Disney decides to release something, even if it's just that teaser trailer from Celebration. But with that, guys, let's dive into this right now. I don't want to hold you all. Like I said, if anybody watches this stream later, let's leave your thoughts in the comments. But I'm gonna remove myself here. But like I said, Best Man Bulletin was the one that released these images. I want to say yesterday, and then stuff came out more about it today, and then I looked it up. I was like, oh man, these look really cool. But this is it. Plus the article stuff. Public, it says it here in the article, public photos reveal Andor season 2 returns to Canary Wharf, shooting location of the ISB offices. Canary Wharf is located in London. That's where they did do season 1, excuse me. They used some of the set there, and then it goes on and says that filming continues as normal for Andor season 2 despite the absence of showrunner Tony Gilroy from the set. And on Sunday, June 25th, they returned to a season 1 location. Again, like I said, this is one of the locations. It's the Canary Wharf station in London, which was already used during the first season of the show to depict the exterior settings of the ISB offices on Coruscant, and which was filled with green screen backgrounds for the day. Make sure to check out the story on that and visit it. But these are the images, guys. The main one I definitely want to talk about here is this one specifically, just because, and I'm gonna try to get a bigger, wider image here, and it doesn't look like I really can. Let me see if I can. No, I can't. I was gonna try to. Maybe I can. Let me see. I can do that. Nope. It's as best as I can do it. But needless to say, guys, this is one of the main key images. Dedra her back is turned. We see Partagas here. We see a stormtrooper here. We see a droid. We see cast and other crew members here. We see them in one of these images. There below it says picture from the set of Andor season 2 with Dedra Miro, Denise Goff, and Major Partagas, Anton Lesser. And I love Anton Lesser. I still have other stuff to talk about with his character too when it's pertaining to Partagas that I'm going to be putting videos together for as well in the near future. But I do love this spot. This was like, I feel like they did this did this on purpose, where they initially put Partagas and Dedra here out in the open first. They just were just like, here's the very first thing you need to see is this one right here, this image here, showing you these great characters. And that's why I just like, man, like I love it, right? Partagas was indeed phenomenal. He really was. Now, as we go further down, there's just other images, other green screens. Some of them that they actually put multiple, like multiple images into a box down below. But again, this is just cast and crew chilling and talking, taking a break. Definitely a great role indeed per his character. It says here below, set pictures of Andor cast in between takes at the Canary Wharf station in London. And then we have other, like I said, these are the last several set images from season 2 that we see. Again, this is all, again, per the article, this is all based around Coruscant, based around the building that they're in the, I want to say that this is the ISB, right? But there's a portion of the ISB building I feel like that they're using. Once the trailer drops, you all will see what I'm talking about. They focus a lot on this specific building. I want to say again it's the ISB, but I think this one can blow up. Yeah, so I want to say this is the ISB. We get to see more of it in season 2 versus what we saw in season 1, because again, we always saw the outside, basically like the entrance to the building, and then we actually just saw inside the building. But per the trailer itself, again, like I said, I'm not going to show those images here on the channel. I'm not going to share the trailer until Disney decides to finally push it out. But I may do like I did on one of the last video that I pushed out for when I was talking about Cyril Karn's character. I did share a specific clip with him and somebody else. I may do that with another one of the characters in the teaser trailer. But I want to say the building that we see in the teaser trailer is definitely the ISB building. That's what I feel like it is, because I believe that they're still at Coruscant, and they are, Cyril seems to have more of a prevalent role when it's pertaining to, him and Dedra in season 2. Like, I did put a video talking about how I don't want them to be shipped, but I kind of feel like it's gonna happen anyway. And maybe guys, they'll change my mind on their on Cyril and Dedra becoming a couple, because it just feels like that's what they're pushing, especially towards the end of the last episode of season 1. But as we see here, this too, I feel like this is the ISB. This is the place that they showed specifically here, that they showed in the teaser trailer, and this was just shot here with the green screen and stuff like that. You just can't really tell who these specific people are cast wise, but and then we have like a worker here working in a specific section. I kind of find it that they're actually focusing on this worker in this little bit of space here. I kind of found it funny that they showed this image here per the Andor season 2 images. But needless to say, everybody has a specific role and stuff like that. But these are other images, other cast members. The bottom left corner there, it kind of looks like Legret, but I'm not too sure. Sort of kind of looks like Legret, the tall guy there, but again, I'm not too sure. Can't really fully tell if that's him or not. But again, these are just the set images, at least when it's pertaining to Coruscant. And I do love these images. I wish I was a fly on the wall for a lot of these places, spots that they used, just to be able to see how things went in the many hours that they spent when it's pertaining to creating even season 1. but we know that they did indeed use other places for season one that they're more than likely gonna reuse. I know that they did have Forrest Whitaker, as he's gonna be reprising his role as Saul Guerrero. I know they went back to where he was in season one. They did do some recent filming before the writer strike happened, back at the specific area where him and shoot, I'm losing my train of thought 'cause so much rolling through my mind, right? But yeah, basically saying like, they went back and shot some scenes back in his headquarters for the Saw Gerrera character. But again, guys, like I said, these are the images here that they showed. Like I said, this is definitely, for sure, this image here is definitely where the ISB is. Definitely where, specifically here, this is where Dedra and Cyril had their conversation. This I believe this is the spot here, because it just looks like it. It really, just like the specific things there that are attached to the building itself. It definitely reminds me of the scene where they had that conversation, where I literally went on the video, which is like, dude, your boy's a stalker, son. Right? That's how I feel. Like, he just like stalked her, was following her. Like, I just didn't like it. I was just like, he's being creepy. Dedra, run away fast. But yeah, guys, I definitely cannot wait to see more of this stuff. Hopefully we get more images moving forward at some point. But yeah, and like I said, guys, this has to be the inside of the building of the ISB, because per the teaser trailer, Cyril is featured like a lot, like more than one scene, more than one area, and it looks like he actually runs out the building because he was like he was trying to stop something from happening, but he seemed like per his specific reaction to what was going on outside the building. Yeah, so I don't want to dive too deep into what I saw as far as the teaser trailer is concerned, but once Disney finally pushes it out, I'm hopeful that you all get the chance to see the teaser trailer, at least if that is just the teaser trailer this year. But I will gladly take more of a trailer that is like roughly 2+ minutes long. That is the hope. But yeah, I want to say this is the inside of the ISB here, and like I said, this is just other stuff that they worked on. And like I said, the guy at the bottom left corner there looks like Legret, but I can't really tell. Really can't tell, who's what. Oh, okay. Here. Okay, I forgot about these images. So some more images. Got the outside, and then of course the inside cast working on stuff. It's the same spot. It's just different people working. So that's pretty much it. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 12 total images that they gave us for now. Hoping that they give us more, at least to get our mouths watered. We want more of this stuff. We want to see, more Prodigars, more of the ISB, more Dedra. We want to see this stuff, right? Because this is stuff that we fell in love with, fell in like with when it's pertaining to season one. And even per that teaser trailer, like, guys, like, it's season I'm telling y'all, season 2 I feel like is gonna, even though they did say, they've gone on record in saying that it's gonna be different. We know that they're gonna be fitting 4 years into all of these episodes. There's gonna be a time jump every 3-4 episodes. So I'm curious and wondering how they're gonna do that, because we talked about this in probably 2 or 3 streams ago, when it's pertaining to season 2. And I'm just like curious. Many of us are curious. How are they going to be able to fit and make it really work? Because season one flowed in such a way for those of us who really liked or even loved it a lot. How are they going to be able to fit, the next, or the to finalize season two as they prepare to walk us into Rogue One? And I'm interested to see how they're going to walk us into Rogue One. What specific characters from possibly Rogue One may possibly show up in this second season, as far as like the main cast or even smaller cast members. I'm curious, wondering about that. So I can't wait. Like I said, once I saw this earlier, I was like, do I want to do a video? Do I want to do a live stream? It may take me way longer to do a video. A lot of times when I'm doing videos, it takes me 2+ hours sometimes just to put together a 5-minute video. That's what content creation is for those of us who do this on a month-to-month basis. So a lot of times you're pouring hours in sometimes just to be able to put specific thing. And that's the thing, per my videos, I'm not even doing all the extra stuff that I really want to do when it's pertaining to my videos. So that, I'm trying to make 5 minutes or less videos, and a lot of times even just that 5 minutes or less takes up 2+ hours of my time just to be able to get those out to you all. But that's the life of content creating, but I love it a lot. And yeah, this show, this 2-season series specifically, so far the first season was just really, really great. I kept running back to it each Wednesday, looking forward to what they were going to do next. And my hope, again, as I continue to say, maybe, possibly, hopefully somebody out there is writing a script for specifically the ISB. Would love for them to do a Disney Plus ISB show with these characters and other new actors to come in and fill roles and really just put on a great show. I would really love that. Please make that happen. Please, because I would love to have that. But yeah, guys, these are the on-set images. When I saw them, I was like, this is so cool. It has me hyped. And again, like I said, I really do hope that the writer's strike doesn't like push so far. But at the same time, I do have patience. I personally could wait. Not many people can, because I'm looking to hope that the writers and everybody else who are striking are getting what they want, so they can get back to do what they love. I wonder, will the hype be big next year? Andor has been getting a lot of word of mouth praise, and now it's being eyed for the Emmy Awards. Yeah, I put a lot of the awards in the community tab. If you haven't seen them, you go back and look. We may just have to search a little bit because I posted so much stuff. But any time during the nomination stuff, at least I would share as much as that as possible. Rebel, you say, I'm going to say it. Andor is better than Mando. I was really disappointed. Mando season 3 was interesting, but definitely, Rebel, I concur. Mando season 3 was just like, it was just okay. And I really, really wish that it wasn't just okay. But it is what it is, for real. We got it. We watched all the episodes, and we have our individual opinions. There are fans out there that actually loved every episode, which is good. Glad for them. I'm just of the many that didn't like it. Was hoping for something better, but we got what we got. And my only concern when it's pertaining to Andor season 2 is, will we, if it's fully halted the way that with the writer strikes and stuff, will it be an extra year? I'm hoping that that's not the case, that we do get Andor season 2 next year. That is the hope, because I really do want to see these last 16 episodes. I really, really do want to see what they're going to do. Sorry, not 16, what is it, 20, 23, 24. So yeah, I can't wait, guys. I really, really can't wait. Let me double check because I'm kind of rambling a little bit. How was everybody's weekend, by the way? Anybody do anything exciting? Did you work? Were you off? I was off. I got some rest, but this heat, man, this heat really just like messed with me somewhat. It made me real tired yesterday. I was supposed to hang out with a couple of buddies of mine. That didn't go down. I was just tired. I wasn't feeling well a little bit. And then at night when I tried to sleep, I couldn't sleep because it was just so hot. You know. Oops. Okay, so 12. Yeah, so 24 in total. That's what I'm saying. 24 episodes in total as far as both seasons. Then 12 for the next season. Midori says, I trust it will be as good as the first season at the very least. Gilroy was really confident in it. Yeah, definitely. For sure. And, we are indeed hoping that, this second season, like, it literally captivates us even more and has us running back to, for every Wednesday. Every week, for me it was 3 a.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time. For many others it was probably earlier than that or even later than that, depending on your time zone. But I would wake up and I would literally just before work literally wake up, watch the newest episode, and then do a quick video and then go to work. And then when I came home from work, literally work on more videos for the next like 2 or 3 days before waiting for the following week's episode. Would do that constantly. So yeah, Rebel, you say yeah, so hot outside. Last Friday woke up to get to work at 8:30. It was 95 degrees. Man, 95 at 8:30 in the morning. Man, like usually for me on my side it's like 60s or 70s. Depending, it could be high 60s, mid 60s, low 70s. But it's cool when it's like that. Like I personally, guys, to be honest, just being honest, I personally prefer 75-degree weather. Around that, little bit of a breeze. Not a fan of rain. Not, I can take the snow, just not the cold. As long as it's not like shutting people's lives down, I'll take that too. But I don't like thunderstorms and rain and heat. But if you gave me 75-degree weather all year round, 365 days, 366 days on leap year, gladly take that with a little bit of a breeze. That would be way better. But that's a whole nother topic. As I'm saying, like the world and the weather is getting kind of worse and worse every year. Just my opinion. It's because we humans, we just like, yeah, we ruin the air. But yeah. But yeah, guys, I'm telling you, I cannot wait to see the very first trailer. Like I said, if they give us the teaser trailer, I'll gladly take it so I can be able to see your all's responses, reactions here on the channel. Because me, I will be doing videos on that teaser trailer. I'm going to be doing it anyway, but I'm just not going to show it until they do. And I may do another clip of one of the scenes. Just depends. But at the same time, that last video was a risk anyway. Just because, you never know. Somebody may hit me up like, hey, you should put the audio in your video. And it was a real quick, like 2-3 seconds. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's talking about Cyril Karn's key role. That's the title. Cyril Karn's key role in Andor season 2, and it's just a real quick, roughly 3-second audio from the teaser trailer. Can't wait. Seriously, I really can't wait. Like, yeah. But like I said, the focal point right now Let's see what you say. When do you think we'll get the first teaser? Guys, like originally I was like, celebration already came and gone, right? But I was hopeful that they would have given us the teaser trailer around, or maybe 2 weeks, a month later after celebration. Nothing has occurred. Nothing. So now, yeah. What Medros was saying, like, more than likely we're not going to get anything until next year. But if they at least gave us a teaser trailer this year, that would be good. That would be great. That would be kind of perfect for you all, because you all, for those of you who weren't at Celebration, get a chance to see it, to get you ready and prepared for next year. If indeed we do get season 2 next year, that's the hope. But they are, like I said, they're working. They're still working in the midst of the writer strike and stuff like that. They're still doing stuff. Gilroy did go on record and saying he wanted to halt a lot of stuff, but looks like, because I guess maybe possibly stuff kind of calmed down, that he said, okay, now we can get back into production mode and just film some stuff. So again, guys, the hope is that within the next 6 months, maybe 8 months at best, probably even 10 months, that they will give us something trailer wise. I'm hopeful that it's 2 trailers or 3 trailers. I am hopeful. I mean, we're, again, like I said, we're right around the corner from August 23rd for the Ahsoka series. I'm more than likely going to get maybe 2 more trailers of that before the show drops. So my anticipation for that is on an all-time high. And I'm looking forward to the Ahsoka series. But these images alone here with Andor season 2, I can't wait. They showing Partagas and Dedra here. I'm hopeful that we get that, and even maybe possibly Cyril Karn's in this image. I mean, we have that droid there too. But this stuff here just gets me hyped, and I personally just can't wait. And I'm actually curious to see what other characters they bring on. I mean, in the teaser trailer, it shows somebody new, or well, more than that. Will, what's going on, dude? What's going on, home? How you? Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Legend, for stopping by. But I literally can't wait to see these these scenes that they're working on to be brought forward. Because, like I said, this alone has to be the inside of the ISB building. So I'm curious to see what else is around this area. Per what many of us who saw the teaser trailer, what we saw. So yeah, definitely, you're welcome. Thank you for joining me on the journey. We'll do my best. I will do my best, and hope that you all do the same. Let me bring that back up, because I'm trying to see if I can see anybody in this image here, anybody key. It's kind of hard. I can't really blow it up, really, and I wish that I could. Nope, I can't. I just attempted to look to see if I could. Doesn't look like I can. And I don't want to edit the image. Let me pull that back up. But while we're looking at this, I don't even know. Maybe Dedra's here. Maybe maybe Legret's there. I do have to do a video on What is my homie's name? Somebody can remind me because I lost my train of thought on my homie's name from the ISB. The one that kept getting on Dedra's nerves. I don't see him. I'm even looking at the cast because I can't remember. Let me just look it up here. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Where are you, dude? You're here somewhere. Blevin. That's his name. Blevin. Because I've been meaning to talk about Blevin for a while. Excuse me. No, Blevin. Not the taxman. Blevin. He was an interesting character that hopefully he will be back in season 2. I'm curious about him because I'm wondering. I'm gonna probably just pull him up on because I still have a lot of the images from season 1. Let's see. Where are you? It's here. Did not mean to do that. So give me a moment. I don't have images from season 3. Where are those at? That's not like me. I'll have to go back and grab them. I'm literally gonna have to rewatch episode 3 and plop those in my laptop because I don't have them. I don't know why I don't have them. That's not like me. Or maybe I do and I just didn't put them in the right spot. I needed them to go. Hold on. Man, I am slipping, son. How did I not? There we go. Well, sort of, kind of. Okay. There we go. The homie. Beloved. Because I'm wondering how many episodes he's going to be in when it's pertaining to season 2. Because I'm curious about if he's going to be looking to come after Dedra in season 1. In season 2. Because she took his spot. She took his mission and everything. So I'm just curious. I'm wondering if he's going to pop up and look to do something, get on her nerves or something like that. I don't know. I'm curious, but I'm gonna be doing a couple of videos on that soon to come. But yeah, guys, these are the images. Like I said, I can't wait. Like anticipating, patiently waiting for more news. Because Star Wars has been quiet these past few weeks now. And again, like I said, the focus is August. Really, currently, right now, the main focus is August, so that we can really get ready for the Ahsoka series. And like I said, like I said before too, once they push out the the awards and stuff, hopefully Andor will get not just not nominated, but win some. I'll be putting them in the community tab for sure, so be on the lookout for those posts. And we'll be looking to hopefully celebrate on some stuff. But again, like I said, guys, the focus is August 23rd, 2023. Ahsoka series comes out. Can't wait to see my homie Grand Admiral Thrawn make his live action debut. And of course, definitely RIP to the homie Ray Stevenson. We get to see his last role, which I believe I really honestly feel like he knocked it out the park, even just per the trailer itself, with that character. So it just sucks that, like I said, it sucks that he passes and he doesn't get a chance to see us, the fans' reaction to his role of this character. And he did go on record while he was at Celebration. He was looking forward to the response. He really was. And sadly he's gone. He won't be able to see that occur. So, but we will celebrate his life even after this. We most certainly, because he played a lot of roles over the years, and he loved what he did. But with that, guys, yeah, Andor season 2, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Gonna probably look to work on a video this week, because like I said, I was thinking about something specific from the teaser trailer, from something specific that I wanted to put together. But then there's some other stuff that I want to talk about as far as season 1 is concerned, like I said, that I want to be able to work on some videos for, that I'm hopeful that you all will enjoy. But yeah, I need to really sit down and really pour my energy back into season 1, rewatch it, get it back in, make it happen, make it do what it do, and hopefully, like I said, maybe in another 2 to 4 weeks we'll get more images or something, or maybe they'll something. I may look up online. I think the cast probably did, or somebody like Denise. I think maybe she did a recent video or something I thought I saw, but I can't remember. Talking about season 2, that I'll probably do a video on at some point. But yeah, I can't wait. Well, no, let's look it up. Let's see. Let me try to find. I'm just saying, screw it. Give me a second here. Because I have been meaning to look up some stuff anyway. Just gonna pull up the Oob Tube, I call it, even though it's called YouTube. It's the Oob Tube. Let's see. Did Denise or anybody else, did they do any recent Andor interviews or anything like that? Let's find it. Let's see. So I have a crappy laptop, so yeah, everything just runs slow. I don't have a PC, so everything just runs slow. If I had a PC, maybe it would be quicker. I'm hopeful to get my very first PC. Really, really hopeful. While I'm at, let me get rid of my... Let me pull the images back up, just to do that. Just in case somebody pops in and they didn't see the images or not. While I'm looking for... I'm waiting for YouTube to pop back up. Or should I say, fully pop up. Let's see. All right. And let's see. So Andor cast. This was 9 months ago. 2 months ago. This was 2 months. Ooh, let's do that. I like that. Let's see. This is from IGN though. But that, I don't care. Get rid of that. Pull this up. Let me pause the music. And window to the window to the wall. Or maybe, hold on. Maybe get rid of the. See if I get rid of the whatchamacallit. Because I don't think I can move forward, so I'll probably have to just get rid of it. Or maybe just bring it over here. No, that's not working. That's not helping me. Not at all. So let me get rid of that. And nope. Sorry guys, give me a second. Trying to figure this out. Let me get rid of that. Let me pull it back up. Sorry, let me pull my face back up. Cause yeah, it's just being weird. I'll pull the music back up while we're waiting. Cause maybe I just had to just get rid of everything. Close everything down and then pull it back up. Let's see. I'm hopeful that I don't have to like delete the Windows thing on OBS Streamlabs to then reapply. So let's see. Let's try this again. Window capture. Okay, let me just get rid of the. Let me remove. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reapply. Where are you? There we are. Bang. Transform. There we go. Okay. Pause music. I want to see this because I want to see. I like this one. This second one. Pick their best lines. Let's see. Like I said, sorry because my laptop sucks. So stuff is just slow.
Not to put you guys on the spot, but do you guys have any favorite lines from season 1?
Yeah, I need a multi-sector data plan going back 2 years. The survey reports Imperial naval bases and repair facilities. I want a list of all this missing comm navigation and targeting equipment.
Sorry, I clicked the.
Damn, girl. That was
Yeah, the reason I remember it is because I couldn't do it on the day.
Oh,
There we go.
Is that the one at all? Had to be
That's the
edited
one.
together in the edit.
I need a multi-sector data blend going back 2 years. The survey pool is Imperial naval bases and repair facilities. I want a record of all missing avionics, comm, navigation, and targeting equipment.
So she said,
For which star system?
oh, she said, now she did the line.
Yeah, the reason I remember it is because I couldn't do it on the day.
Yeah, she said that she couldn't do it.
Damn, girl.
That was incredible.
Okay.
Season one?
I need a multi-sector data plan going back 2 years. The survey pool's Imperial naval bases and repair facilities. I want a list of all missing comm, navigation, and targeting equipment. Damn, girl.
That was
Yeah,
incredible.
the reason I remember it is because I couldn't do it on the day.
Oh, is that the way? Is that the
Couldn't
one
do it
you
at all.
did?
Had to be
That's the
edited
one.
together in the edit.
I need a multi-sector data blend going back 2 years. The survey poolers Imperial naval bases and repair facilities. I want a record of all missing avionics, comm, navigation, and targeting.
I might put this. I might make this
For
video.
which star system?
All star systems.
What's yours?
Well, from my own character, sure.
Oh, was that not the question? I thought it was your own character.
No.
They
The
can't.
whole-
Yeah.
I mean,
No, that
Huh?
was that was a perfect answer. Don't feel bad about
my
it.
own character. I'm my own character.
Yeah.
Call you up.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, there comes a time when the risk of doing nothing becomes the greatest risk of all.
Oh, that's true.
And
There comes a time when the risk of doing nothing becomes the greatest risk of all.
If I was to pick another character's line, I'd pick that.
Yeah, that's it.
Or something that Adria says.
Yeah.
Oh, what about
Madam Bix.
something Marva says?
Oh, yeah, she said all of
She has some great
She
lines.
had some really,
That's just
great.
love. When
her
she
entire
says that's
dialogue.
just love, and she's crying.
Oh,
That's just love.
oh,
Bring
Oh
her
my
back.
god.
Be worried about you all the time.
it's just love. Nothing you can do about that.
Get that brick out of the wall.
Yeah. We do a spin off on Death on
Definitely. Just with us.
Yeah.
Marva?
Just with three of us
In a room.
and Marva in a room.
Yeah,
Let's not talk
chatting.
about that.
Yeah. It's like having dinner.
Yeah. Cereal? Having cereal.
Having cereal.
Oh yeah, is there another serial scene? Listen,
There's gotta
metaphorically
be.
even.
Yeah.
There's gotta
Yeah.
be.
You can't get rid of a good thing like that.
No.
And
It's just when you pick the one up, I'm just like, oh man.
it's a proper addiction as well. So
Yeah.
He said it's a proper addiction.
No, it wasn't
Huh.
that for me.
God, you're
It
good.
fell out of the bowl, and then he just picked it up and looked at it, and I was like, that's acting.
That's why they say it in the big book.
Now that is an Olivier Award winner if ever I saw one.
I'm better when I don't speak.
That is not true. You speak at me a lot, and I love it.
Guys, that is funny though. When you really look back at that scene, I think I am gonna do a video on that too, because it's just hilarious. Like how he
In the big book.
he picks up the thing. He was looking at it, right? But then he like he's sitting here. He's looking at the cereal in his hand, in his finger, between his, and then he literally like sort of kind of like glares at his mom. Like that is hilarious because it's like he's eating the same thing every day. Like, can you imagine eating this every day?
That's why they say it in the big book.
Now that
Yeah.
is an Olivier Award winner if ever I saw one.
I'm better when I don't speak.
That is not true. You speak at me a lot, and I
For those jumping in the
You should have a serious
stream, this is just us watching the cast talk about their favorite
Someone call
lines.
Tony. We need to make this
Dedra
happen.
and
In the
Carol
show.
eating cereal.
We could be force feeding you cereal as a sort of torture.
There we go.
There we go.
Because
I
we
think we're
pretty
on
much
Tony.
talked about the
Tony
images and
catching.
stuff from season 2.
Yeah, Tony.
He's coming in here.
We've
every
had
week.
an idea.
Really good idea.
We feel
There's a
like
little gap in episode 3
people.
that we need to
Tony,
fill.
we've had
Yeah,
a
okay,
really
fine.
good idea
Yeah,
about cereal.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else? Anything new? Like I said, sorry guys, my laptop sucks. So I am like, oh look at that! You see that on the right corner? My the stream is second place. So basically, like when your videos go out and it becomes like a trend video where people are seeing it, clicking it, and stuff. That's a good sign when your videos basically go viral, even on like YouTube and stuff like that. Let's see. Oh, guys, let's watch. How long is this? This is a lot. Let's watch a little bit of. Let me see. This is 2022. Let's see. Because I haven't gotten a chance to watch this. This is with Hayden Christensen and
I remember
and
waiting 2-3 months
Diego.
for my Darth Vader case when I was like
Oh yeah.
8-9 years old. You had to go to the toy store and say I want this and order it, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like today. The series is not out and the little Andor is everywhere.
That's cool.
And I remember getting it was like my portfolio with my crayons and everything inside. I used that until I was like
I'm gonna pop up
teenager,
on
you
the
know, till
screen. I'm
my
just
friend
gonna-
said that's not cool anymore. You know? Can you just bring a backpack?
Bring myself down.
I'm gonna start with something that for me has been present since the day I started working in Rogue One, which is that I've never felt that I was working with material that connected me weirdly with something that had nothing to do with my passion for acting or to my childhood, you know, to being a kid and playing and growing up thinking of this universe. And suddenly acting became as personal as reconnecting with my childhood. I was wondering because you were around 20?
When I first started with Star Wars, yeah, I was
With
19.
The first film, 19.
19, yeah.
How did that feel
was
back
just a
then?
young
Were you still
man,
like,
a young buck.
attached as audience to this universe?
Yeah, big time. It was just a crazy journey finding my way into Star Wars. I was kind of fresh out of high school and, you know, very much committed to this craft of acting and romanticized about it. And I loved Star Wars. And when the audition came around, it was exciting, but it felt too big. It felt like just unattainable, you know. I remember meeting George Lucas for the first time, and that was thrilling. And then auditioning with Natalie Portman, and it was a very long auditioning process. But the entire time, I never really thought that it would, you know, would ever sort of really go my way. So I was just enjoying it. And then when I got the phone call to actually get to play the part, that was a big deal for me. A life-changing thing. And how about for you? I mean,
But I think we were very lucky to come so far in the journey of Star Wars, you know. We came in like 2016 with Rogue One, and it was probably the process was the same, a long, crazy casting process that makes it sound like impossible, you know. I remember traveling a lot. Once I was asked to go to London, and I went inside the hotel by the back door. It already sounded so bizarre and unique, and nothing to do with filming, you know, with the film industry that I knew.
Right.
It
Well,
was-
you were already like a very, you know,
But it
established actor. You'd been working for a while, and
I was asked to play even younger, yeah, since then. Now it's like crazy. I'm supposed to be 15 years younger than I am. That's what I was thinking. Like, you got it at 19, 20, when that age is so close, the age of being 15 and having the toys, you know?
yeah, no, it was like my, you know, my wildest dream come true, you know, and I felt like I was stepping into the ring with all these sort of heavyweights, you know, getting to work with George Lucas and Ewan McGregor and Sam Jackson, all these like incredibly talented people.
Yeah.
And
But you started acting before, no?
yeah, I'd started when I was young, and I kind of developed my passion for it, sort of studying theater.
So you started doing theater when you were...
Yeah, when I was like in elementary school,
Nice.
and then I went to
Okay.
Performing Arts High School and
Take your time.
sort of focused on dramatic studies.
That must be a shock to go from
From that to
from theater to
yeah.
like
But there was a similarity there too, right? Because we were filming all in front of blue screens and green screens, which for me was very much like being in the theater, you know, just because it demands a lot of your imagination, and you don't necessarily have like all of the real stimuli there to react to. And so it wasn't such a leap for me.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the experience either, you know, so it wasn't like I was used to working a certain way.
Yeah.
So that was just kind of what I knew. Well, I'd actually really love to start with hearing about how you got into Rogue One, because that was kind of your introduction into Star Wars.
It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I remember it was the first time such secrecy happened around anything I was going to be part of. You know, I was asked by my agent to be in LA to meet someone for something that couldn't be said on the phone, and then I was here, and I went into a meeting in a restaurant that was completely empty, and there was a guy sitting in the corner with a computer open, and this was Gareth, the director, and I sat down with him, and it was just us for 4 hours.
So you had no concept that it was Star Wars at all at this point?
In that moment, my agent said, this might be Star Wars, yes. But we don't know, because
so secret,
we don't know exactly what they want you to do. I guess she didn't want me to get any excited, you know, about anything. Probably she had a better idea of what it was, but how difficult it would be to get it, you know. And I was sitting there, and Gareth explained to me a whole film, and he kept talking about a guy, and then this guy, and then this guy, and then this guy. And I was like, what is he talking about? I like making the joke that I thought at the end he was going to ask for Gael's number, you know, my friend. Like, do you have Gael's phone? Because but anyway, the thing is, he said at the end, I would really like you to play this role. And I want to know if you want, because our whole process will have to start right away, you know. I want to work with you, but now we have to convince everyone else.
Amazing.
But I didn't know what everyone else meant and convincing them, you know, in terms of like that started a 3-month or 4-month process.
But you knew right from the get-go that was his desire.
He wanted that.
Planted his flag on that hill, and that's very cool.
And he said something that was very interesting, because I said to him, like, but I don't see myself here. What do you mean? I love these films. I've seen everything about it, but what is it that you want from me? Well, how do I fit here? No one has my accent. I've never thought this could be possible. And he said, since I saw it to Mamá También, I thought you could be great for a role like this. And I want that kind of tone in the film. I want that realism and that feeling of that is a everyday's life, you know. And I was like, what? Okay, interesting. But I say it because I never thought that a film like Tu Mamá También would get me the chance to, you know, to be on a session for a character in the world of Star Wars that meant so much to me, but at the same time was like opposite, you know. It was like
so
two different worlds. You know? And it was interesting and fun, and it was also quite scary because I didn't want it to get too excited about the idea, you know. I knew that there was always something else to try, someone else needed to see it, some other test I had to do, and it was a long process. How long of a process do you remember doing?
For me, it was months. It was like a good 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
Of first meeting with the casting director, and then meeting with George Lucas, and you know, more time would go by, you wouldn't hear anything, and then I went in for an audition with Natalie Portman, and I think they read maybe 4 or 5 other actors. And then I got a phone call like a few days after I did my screen test with her. But tell me, when you started on Rogue One, was there like a moment when you were like, man, I'm in Star Wars?
You know, one of the rules of the film was like somehow be a homage to the Genesis, you know, to A New Hope, to the very beginning, in the way they shot those films. You know, the idea was to be everything very mechanical, everything like very.
Well, that's what I love about it. You know, it's a much darker and more grounded sort of take on a Star Wars story.
We were allowed because there was no Jedis. You know, there was no. Like, this was about the people. You know, the magic was gone, and the people had to find a way to bring change, you know, and to understand the.
Yeah, sorry to pause. I just want to chime in real quick with this. Is that what Diego is saying? You know, it is true. Like what he says, it's not about the Force, not about Jedi, Sith. It's about the everyday people, the everyday 9 to 5 people who want to still see change, and they're taking it into their own hands to be able to go out here and try to attempt to get that change that they want to see. Because again, you know, there are plenty of Jedi, plenty of Sith out there that, you know, basically can do stuff at a drop of a hat, drop of a dime, you know, with the power that they have. But, you know, it's just regular people like Cassian and crew and many other people who can just take, who really can't do what the Jedi and Sith do, can't use the Force, but they have other ways, means to be able to get what they are looking to do. So it's just really cool to see the, you know, the little people actually be able to be featured and stuff like this, you know, because that's, you know, Star Wars is about everybody, not just the Force. And, you know, it still has regular people within the Empire who are not Force sensitive, who are manning these, you know, Death Stars and ships and stuff like that on a day-to-day basis. You know, they're not out here with lightsabers and stuff. They just have regular guns and, you know, with some authority from the Emperor and his people. So it's just like there's still regular people out there trying to do a job, just like, you know, there are people that worked with and even for the Jedi that did the same thing, but, you know, for the quote-unquote good side. So it's just like, you know, yeah, that's why I love Andor, because like Diego said, it's about the regular people out here trying to get
sense of,
you know,
of
the change that they
community,
want to see.
you know. That's what I love about the film, and then about Tony Gilroy's perspective on Andor, that it's very simple to apply these ideas to the world we live in, to end up reflecting on what's needed or what we are capable of doing as society, you know. I guess, I mean, they have an end, right? They're more human in that sense. Like, we all know, you know, things will end. You know, these characters, that's it. You know, they don't have this magic. Even though they can believe in it, they don't have it. You know, they are just simple, regular people doing extraordinary things, you know. And I thought that was very brave on doing something like that in this universe, you know. If we were to be part of this, it's because we were going to bring something different. Otherwise, there was no need for us.
Something's wrong.
Whatever it is, they're taking their time about it.
What's going on? What are these? I think it's level 2.
I think it was very important for Star Wars because it is so sort of grounded in reality, and it's populated by, you know, real people who you can sort of imagine their lives existing beyond this story. And I think it made it even more so accessible too, you know, to the audience. So like, what was that like for you, getting to play in this sort of fantastical world, but in a much more grounded way?
I think it was something that we reminded ourselves every day. In Rogue One and in Andor, I think we took it even further. You know, the idea of you have to forget this is Star Wars. You know, it has to become very personal for the audience. So it has to be then personal to you. You know, everything needs an explanation. You have to understand everything, and kind of like find the parallel with your life. You know, what this moment means in your life, who this character would be in your life. How would you move around this town? Tony Gilroy is a great leader, and he was very specific always. Like, every time you had to explain too long what you wanted to do, he would be like, there's no room for that. It has to be simple. It has to be easy. It has to be real. Like, you don't explain to me too much what you do in your kitchen. Therefore, it should look like that. This is your house. Just live it, you know? And it was a constant reminder every day. Like, if it started to feel awkward, if it started to feel imposed or weird or from a galaxy far, far away, then we were doing the wrong thing, because the idea was to bring the story about the people that we don't see much in the films of Star Wars, you know, to add, to be different, to be unique, and at the same time be part of it, you know. I think the long format allowed us to also take it further.
There's no way out, Master.
I'm going to ask you now about your series. How is that like to suddenly have, I don't know how many hours you made?
For the Obi-Wan show, it was 6 episodes, and then each episode was, I think, a little under an hour. So not
under?
Yeah. So
so it's like
not
5
quite
hours.
as much as what you guys were doing in Andor.
5 hours. A film of 5 hours.
But that's pretty much what these series are. They're just sort of long format films. Coming back to Obi-Wan, that was a really great experience for me. I kind of thought that my Star Wars days were behind me, and then I got a phone call sort of inviting me to come back, which I would imagine maybe you had a similar thing with when you finished Rogue One. I don't know. Did you know you were gonna get to continue with it, or?
I thought it was a joke on set from all of us. Like, we should do one day we should tell how these people got here.
But they were talking about it back then.
We were discussing it, but never like, we never took it seriously because we didn't know if the film was gonna be like, or the opposite, like if we were gonna be the film that no one went to see, you know? We had to wait for the film to come out to understand there was room for something like this, you know?
It was one of my favorite Star Wars films.
Oh man, that's
and,
a nice
Mark.
and Andor, I think, is so successful too, and having the time to spend with these characters, and it's like a great origin story for the beginning of the rebellion, and getting to see the arc of your character and how he kind of starts off at this place where he doesn't really want anything to do with any of this. He just, you know, kind of wants to keep to himself, but his destiny is calling.
I think it's because you know what he's capable of. So the interesting journey is like, how far can we start from that? You know, how lost can he be? And it's a show about his flaws and his like that contradiction that makes us real, you know, and humans. Like, we're not always the best version of ourselves, you know. And it was nice to find him in the worst version of Cassian possible.
Anakin.
Man.
Anakin's gone.
When you decided to be back for the OB series, what was behind that decision?
Just the nature of getting the invitation. I mean, Star Wars holds a very special place in my heart, and I enjoy getting to sort of go back to being a fan again and just sort of watching these stories like everyone else. But you know, there was a part of me that missed it too. And so when I got the call, it was a very easy decision. And the fact that it was the Obi-Wan show with Ewan McGregor, who's a good friend of mine, and that I'd get to work with him again and swing a lightsaber with him again, that was just a thrilling invitation. And the director, Deborah Chow, is just amazing. So articulate about what Star Wars is. She understands these characters so well. She cares about these characters. So I just felt like I was in good hands with her, and I was excited to get to do more with the character.
That's so, I mean,
yeah, it was.
It's not just the character, man. It's the character.
It's a good character.
It's not a good character. It's
the character.
It's like, if I have to think about the worst nightmares of my life, it's
involves Darth Vader.
I remember waiting 2-3 months for my Darth Vader case when I was like 8, 9 years old. You had to go to the toy store and say, I want this, and order it, right? It wasn't like today, that the series is not out and the little Andor is everywhere.
That's cool.
And I remember getting it was like my portfolio with my crayons and everything inside. I used that till I was like a teenager, you know, till my friend said, that's not cool anymore, you know? Can you just bring a backpack?
The image of Darth Vader is very well known. And I remember even being a kid, before I had seen the films, having a connection to this character, just being very taken with the physical presence and the voice. And I remember like scaring my little sister just trying to imitate the Darth Vader voice, and it worked, you know. There's something about the construct of that character that just is very effective.
Because I think it's more than just the look and the presence, and it's the story behind the idea,
and
you
of
know,
course
the
story,
connection, the simplicity of that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you know, I think what was really interesting about what George Lucas did with the prequels is he kind of subverted all of our sort of expectations and understanding of this character when he went back to episode 1 and introduced him as this very sweet young kid who just had a lot of promise and a lot of potential, and he really mapped out a very compelling character arc that was hopefully somewhat sympathetic. We understood what Anakin was going through and maybe why he was making some choices that perhaps weren't the best decisions, and the circumstances sort of surrounding his life. And it was a very understandable sort of fall to the dark side.
Yeah.
But it humanized him and made him a real person, and almost somewhat of a pathetic person in a lot of ways, you know. And you feel for Darth Vader now in a different way too.
Definitely.
It's this man trapped in this life that
perhaps he didn't really want.
I like that you're saying, because it's suddenly I connected with what Tony Gilroy did with Andor, you know, and this idea of having to tell a story backwards, you know, to go to a prequel, and then to go like, well, okay, we have an opportunity, you know, to make sure that this character you think you know today comes from something you would never imagine, you know, a past that you would never imagine for a character like this. And that's an interesting thing that happens with the universe of Star Wars, that, you know, it's so hectic and difficult to understand that, like, okay, it started in episode 4, then there was 1, but then there's these things that are standalones but are part of it, and it brings creativity at its best, you know, in a way, when you have to not imagining something from beginning to end, as simple as that, you know.
On Andor, you're a producer as well. And so what's that like?
Right,
How
right. He is
involved
a
are you
producer,
as
right.
a producer? What does your day look like on set?
I would say a good 15, 20 years ago, I started to be very much aware of what was happening before and after, and very interested in getting involved and being part of that. Sometimes acting started to feel, in a way, it alienated you from the actual process of making film, you know? And theater is the opposite. That's why I always think of theater as my referent, you know? In theater, you're there from the first read till the last night, you know? And you do it many times yourself, you know?
But as an actor, you can kind of get insulated in your character in a lot of ways.
In film, yeah, and then you arrive when most choices have been made, you know? You arrive when there's a set, when there's like an idea, when there's like designs, when there's a cast and a location. And it's nice to get involved from the beginning, from the moment where designs are just sketches, and your questions and your comments can have an input, actually.
And I would assume you're that much more invested in the work you're doing as an actor too, because you've been a part of all of those decisions along the way.
And you arrive to a place and you know why you were there. You know why it's here and not there.
Right.
You know?
You're more informed.
And then you in a way help everyone else, because we have hundreds of speaking parts. You know, so many actors come in and out of our show, and it's good that you can be there and make them feel safe. You know, and give them the information they need. It's a great feeling to know what you're part of. And in cinema, many times it can be the other way around. You know, you can arrive to the premiere and realize you were part of a film you didn't know you were doing. But I also think that this long format for us is 24 episodes, and it's going to be 4.5 years of our lives, you know.
Crazy.
So it's the only way also, because you have to own it. You have to.
Insane.
I mean, I took a flight last night to be here to talk to you, and I'll take a flight right now to go back to work, because I care about this show and because it feels mine, and I am part of this family, and I want to defend what we do and fight to make it better, you know. In this long format also, you do need different people to be part of the production. Like here, the production designer is also an executive producer. Then there is 3 more producers, you know. So while Tony Gilroy is writing and looking at dailies, there's people on set shooting, there's people planning the next thing. And it's important that it feels like a machine that moves together, you know. It's impossible to do this long format in the way we learn cinema was made, you know, where there's just like a director that goes through every process. Here, you're promoting while it's out, while you're shooting, while you're preparing what's to come, all at the same time.
Look, you got the money, I got the box. What else is there to talk about? I'll give you another 1,000 credits to tell me how you got it. Another 1,000. Done.
I do think that for me, Star Wars has brought freedom in many ways. What did it bring to you?
It would be easier to count the ways that it didn't affect my life, because it just affected my life in so many ways. You know, it gave me an acting career. It gave me, you know, financial stability, which as a, you know, a creative person is something that, you know, you can struggle with. And I think after I finished Star Wars, there was still a desire for me to sort of go back to kind of smaller, more independent filmmaking and just try to cut my teeth as an actor, because I was still learning a lot. So I went and did some smaller films, and I just sort of tried to
not so much think about navigating a career as much as I was just trying to do work that appealed to me and play characters that I thought would challenge me and help me grow as an actor, and that was a great freedom. What Star Wars has really given me is a connection to all the people that love these stories. It's such a special thing that you can't fully appreciate unless you're sort of a part of something like that. But to have that sort of impact on an audience and have that sort of carry with them and stay with them. I mean, I meet people now and it makes me feel a little bit old, but they'll say to me, you know, like, Anakin was my hero when I was a kid, and now like my kid loves Anakin, and it's like this generational thing that kind of gets passed down, and that's, you know, really special. But how about you? How has Star Wars changed your life?
I would say that is been a shock in a good way, like the love around these projects and this universe, you know, the expectation, the awareness about your show before you even
The
finish shooting.
anticipation
You know?
and the excitement. And
It's so cool because I've spent my whole life trying to get people's attention to say, hey, look, we have a film here, you might like it, you know, and here's the opposite, you know. It's not just that they're expecting the film to come out or the show, but they also want the show to be good, and they want to love it, and they want to feel part of what you're doing, and that connection you don't find anywhere else, you know. When you go to the Star Wars celebrations and you find out so many people took the time to watch what you did and are there to support you and to remind you that they'll be there when you have something else to show, it's magical. And you have to understand why it's happening, you know. You are being part of something else, because if you're expecting that to happen when you go to the theater and you go like, okay, I'm gonna put this very strange play,
No, I
and you
think
suddenly go like, oh shit, no one came tonight.
that's a really, I think, astute thing. I mean, and to be aware that you're a part of something that is bigger than you, I think is a healthy thing.
It is. And before I did Rogue One, I thought, okay, my life is gonna change. And my life is the same, but it changed me. You know, my life is the same, but now I'm different. I see my life from a different perspective because I witnessed this, you know, because I was part of this. I still go and do theater. I still go and do the films I can in my country, or I have a film company where we produce documentaries, and I'm still doing all of that, you know, but now I see it from a different perspective. And this was a very, very interesting experience for me, because I grew up learning or thinking that it was impossible to do something really good, something you feel really proud, something that it has an artistic integrity, and be popular at the same time.
Right.
I grew up in the Mexican theater where they're all very snob and very like, that's impossible, you know. Fame and popularity happens when you sell out, you know.
Right.
And after doing Andor and Rogue One and being part of the Star Wars family, I realized you can have integrity, you can do things you care about, I would like to see as audience, and those things can be popular and huge at the same time. And that's something I learned with this experience.
It's a very unique thing, though, to be able to have your cake and eat it too, right? So we should be appreciative that we get to do that sort of thing.
I like that expression.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have your cake
and eat it too. I
and
never
eat it
really
too.
fully understood it, because I was like, if you're gonna have cake, why wouldn't you be able to eat it? But yeah, it makes sense. So after you finished Rogue One, did you get to keep any souvenirs or any anything that you took with you?
The jacket. I got the jacket of the character.
Nice.
I really worked for that. I made jokes about it since day one, you know, because when I got to the pre-production process, I remember having like 7 feedings before I even like got a chance to talk to Garrett, the director, you know, and it was all about the jacket. And I was like, I just got this job because this jacket fits me, you know. Clearly, it's about the jacket.
It's a good jacket.
Obviously, and then the jacket had to be worn in Jordan at 45 degrees Celsius. I mean, it was impossible to wear it. Do you have the Vader outfit?
No, I don't have the Vader
You have
outfit.
a daughter. Are you ever gonna like get there in the in the outfit of
Have her
Vader?
see me in the. Well, it hasn't happened yet. I don't know.
She's how old is she?
She's 8 now.
How
and
longer can you?
She knows that I'm in Star Wars and that I play this character, but she's never seen it yet. So
Wow.
That's-
We
trying
said
to
the
figure
same
out
thing. Wow.
the best sort of point of entry.
It doesn't sound easy, man. I would like talk to psychologists and,
I
and
know,
get some
I know, 'cause
advice.
there's some-
it's not gonna be simple.
There's some disturbing scenes I you know, I'm reluctant for her to see at this age.
but now with the internet, you're gonna
well, I
have
know
to do it soon.
I gotta do it sooner than later. But it was really nice getting to do the Obi-Wan show and actually bring her to set. Not when I was in the Darth Vader outfit, but we did the flashback sequence and I got to play Anakin, and so I brought her to set for that. And she got to see me swing a lightsaber with you, and she was very concerned for my well-being. She was afraid that like one of us were gonna get hurt, and so.
How do you guys do that?
The lightsabers stuff? It's a lot of training. You know, we practice for months, and you learn it kind of like a choreographed dance, where your feet are gonna go. And
But do you actually have a stick that
oh
becomes
yeah, no.
one day?
I mean, once we know the choreography, then we're having like a proper go at each other. And back when we were doing the prequels, the lightsabers were made of like this some type of metal alloy, and after each take they would be all warped and bent because we're really, you know,
You're going for
yeah, we're hitting pretty hard, and you miss every now and then too, and you get like a hit on the knuckles or something, and that always left a mark. But getting to swing a lightsaber is pretty awesome, and I got to keep a couple of them from one from the prequels, and then I got to keep 2 lightsabers from the Obi-Wan show, one Darth Vader,
Nice.
and one Anakin, because they're a little bit
It's
different.
real nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. You know, when we were shooting the first week or two of Rogue One, they gave us an amazing gift. You know, it was these designs of the helmets of stormtroopers. I'm not gonna say who, but an hour later, that was in all the social media. Like someone was like, "Oh, look at this thing they gave me," and that was the last gift we got in the show.
You're like, never again.
It's never again, and we were like, come on, the secrecy. How do you live with that?
There are a lot of secrets in Star Wars, and it's tough.
And everyone wants to know them because
everyone wants to know.
You might have tons of secrets that are about your past that no one wants to hear
people
about.
are genuinely interested.
Here, you can be in a conversation where someone is just there to get you to say something you're not supposed to say, and that's everything they want.
And it's tough for me because I like to share things, and you know, but no, I was always very tight-lipped about everything. And of course, when I first got the phone call that I was getting the part, they were like, "You can't tell anybody because we got to wait till we make an announcement." And I got on the phone right away, and I told my mom, I told my best friend, and so I do a pretty good job. But when it comes to like story points and stuff that's going on in the actual, you know, stories, I don't want to be the one who gives it away, and you want it to be that sort of fresh experience for the audience.
Yeah.
You know, so they do it for good reason.
I'm gonna get serious, but I think that's another thing I really loved about the process, you know, about being so strict and rigorous about the secrecy. I grew up going to the cinema and knowing the name, the title of the film, and probably a name or two, and that was it.
And that's it, yeah.
And you sat down and you were impressed or prized, for good or bad, watching the experience. And today you have an opinion before you haven't seen the show, you know. Before the film comes out, you already know the music, how it looks, what happened on set, and what others like about it, you know, which is quite sad, no? It takes a little bit of the magic away.
Yeah, I usually don't watch trailers just because you get so much from a trailer.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, they do a really good job of keeping the important stuff secret, and it's also kind of fun to be in on the secret too, you know.
To me, it connects with the way I watched TV when in the 90s, you know, this idea of something coming out every week, you know, and having to wait.
Yeah.
It's difficult for us because, I mean, you can't talk about it, no?
But it's a very effective format for telling a story. And the audience is very invested and eager for what, you know, for next week's episode.
It gives you a week to reflect.
To process and reflect and digest, and
or to watch it.
Or to watch it 5 more times, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I mean, as soon as I finished Andor, I had to put on Rogue One again and get back into that. But man, I just want to say, congrats on everything that you've done in Star Wars and in your career in general. But I think Andor is such an exciting character, and what you brought to it is, I think, really special, and it's just really nice to get to be here.
No,
with you,
it's
chat about it.
the other way around. Thank you so much, and not just the films, but Obi, you guys, like, you started it, for us. We were there just right after you, and it was so reassuring to see your show work so well. And this idea of these new formats, these long formats, there's a reason for this, I think it celebrates the passion and the intelligence of audiences, when you give them something so rich, a long film and good storytelling.
Agreed.
When I was asked to be part of Rogue One, your films, the weight and the richness of those films and that storytelling shaped me as audience, as a kid and as a teenager, and then as a young adult. It's when yours came out, and now that I am part of this, I understand how much that meant for me. How much that story meant for me, and it's nice to have the opportunity to say it.
So nice,
because it never happens. There's so many films I love that I would never be in front of anyone that was part of them and say thank you. So. Thank you for that.
That's so kind. But man, the feeling's so mutual, and I'm such a fan of work that you've done and the work that you're continuing to do. You're like, still filming the second season of Andor, and just as a fan, so excited for it, and can't wait to see what's next. All right,
Great. That was really, really great. I wasn't expecting to watch the whole thing, but yeah, that was just really, really great. I really, guys, like, truly just love Diego, man, because it's just like you could just see the joy he has playing this character in this role, and it's just like, man, like, just being honest, guys, it's like you just sit here and you're just like, man, like, you could just tell, and just the way that he, he's looking at Hayden, you know what I mean? Like, it's just phenomenal. Like, he's like, you could tell he's really, really humble, really, really humble guy. He's, like he said, he used to work doing specific stuff back at home and in Mexican theater and stuff like that, and to transition to something like this, it's a different feeling. Like he even said it. He said, like, I thought that I would, my life would change, but it's technically still the same, but I personally have changed, and I'm grateful. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, guys, like, when you have this type of reaction and emotions and feelings when it's pertaining to Star Wars, it's like, that's just truly genuine. And I really do. I truly love it. I'm just gonna turn the music back on. I just love that about him, and I'm really glad that he got a chance to play the role in Rogue One and then reprise it and get all these other actors, actresses, all of that into the Andor series here. I'm glad that, for those of us who liked and or loved season 1, really can't wait for season 2 to come. So, I'm just like patiently, like I said, guys, I'm patiently waiting for the second season to come, but yeah, I am gonna get the heck out of here because I've been sitting for a good while, technically over an hour and a half, and I need to lay down. So, but yeah, guys, can't wait. If you've catching the tail end of this, go back middle of the stream or a little bit before, you'll be able to see the images here on the stream. But with that, guys, I'm out. Enjoy the rest of the evening, noon, and night. Stay safe, stay humble, and as always, remember, the Force will be with you. always. Peace, guys.